Our study focuses on Mahr, a mandatory right meant to guarantee a wife independent financial autonomy and marital security. While the religious rule is identical everywhere, its practical effectiveness as a safety net depends on national laws. For example, Malaysia uses a decentralized state-by-state system where audited rates reducing Mahr to a mere symbolic ritual. In contrast, Saudi Arabia applies a centralized system under the Personal Status Law 2022 that strictly enforces Mahr as a continuous debt, though it faces challenges from excessively high cultural amount.
Concept Mahr is a mandatory payment, property, or valuable consideration given by a husband to his wife upon marriage under Islamic law. It is a legal right belonging exclusively to the wife and is derived from the Quran. Mahr may be agreed upon in advance or determined accordingly to customary standards, and it can be paid immediately or deferred. Most importantly, Mahr aims to provide women with financial security, economic independence, and protection in the event of divorce and the husband's death.
Next, I will explain the legal framework of mahar in Malaysia. It ensures that a wife's right to a mahar is not only recognised under Islamic law, but also protected through statutory provisions. For example, Section 21 of the Islamic Family Law Federal Territories Act 1984 requires the payment and recording of mahar as part of the marriage process, providing clear legal evidence of the wife's entitlement. Although the administration of mahar differs among states, the fundamental principles remains the same. Mahar is a compulsory right of the wife and serves as an important form of financial protection within marriage.
Next, I will explain the legal framework of Mahr in Saudi Arabia. First, Mahr is legally recognized under Sharia law and the Saudi Personal Status Law 2022. It is considered as an essential part of the marriage contract and financial right to the wife. Saudi courts can enforce the payment of Mahr as a legal obligation even many years after the marriage. For deferred Mahr, payment becomes due upon the divorce or the husband's death, providing financial protection to the woman. In certain divorce cases, court may also order the return of mahar depending on the circumstances. However, social and cultural factors can influence mahar amounts to an excessively high mahar may create financial burdens and delay marriage.
Moving on to comparative analysis, both Malaysia and Saudi Arabia recognize mahar as a mandatory right of the wife and a form of financial protection. However, their approaches differ significantly. Malaysia uses a decentralized system under state Islamic family laws, while Saudi Arabia adopts a centralized framework under Saudi Personal Status Law 2022. In terms of enforcement, Saudi Arabia provides stronger judicial protection by treating unpaid mahar as a recoverable debt. Malaysia faces challenges in enforcement and generally has low symbolic mahar amounts. Conversely, Saudi Arabia struggles with excessively high mahar values. Therefore, Malaysia would benefit from stronger enforcement, while Saudi Arabia would benefit from measures promoting moderation in mahar amounts.
Let's take a look on the challenges affecting the effectiveness of Mahr. In Malaysia, state religious departments such as JAIS and JAWI seek very low and accessible minimum wage to Eastern marriage. To offset low Mahr, society demands a cultural wedding allowance of 10,000 ringgit to 20,000 ringgit based on education. However, the groom takes on massive premeditated debt for a cultural custom that offers zero legal protection for the wife is divorced. However, in Saudi Arabia, Mahr operators should have front tribal status symbol and historically reaching normative right. However, for the women's right, during Hulu of Fasa, a woman must pay back the entire Mahr in full to secure a divorce unless she can unequivocally prove domestic abuse based on the new personal status law.
One recommendation is to introduce clear guidelines for determine mahar. The amount should be considered the husband's financial ability, the wife's circumstances, and current economic condition. Another recommendation is to strengthen the enforcement of unpaid mahar. Such court procedures should be made faster and simpler so that women can easily recover their legal entitlement. This will ensure that mahar serves as real financial protection and not just as a symbolic obligation.
Our third recommendation is to improve documentation and contractual clarity in Mahr. Simply said, we should stop Mahr disputes before they even start. By requiring crystal clear terms right at registration, just like they do in Saudi Arabia, we can make sure a woman's financial rights are truly protected from day one. Lastly is to increase public awareness of Mahr rights. Laws on paper mean nothing if women do not know their rights. So our final recommendation is simple. Launch targeted education like in premarital courses and community programs so women stop seeing Mahr as just a wedding ceremony and start seeing it as a legally enforceable right.
In conclusion, Mahar is more than just a tradition. It is a fundamental legal right designed to provide women with financial security in marriage. But how it is implemented matters. While Malaysia's system legally recognizes Mahar, low and inconsistent valuations often shrink its actual financial impact. On the flip side, Saudi Arabia offers stronger enforcement, but sky-high expectations can create massive financial burdens. Ultimately, for Mahar to truly protect women rather than become a symbolic ritual, we need proper valuation, tighter enforcement, and clear documentation. That's all from us. Thank you.